So it's currently Wednesday afternoon. I got a message last night about doing a last minute show. It's a reading gig, so it should be fairly straightforward. Just need to get my reading chops up. So in this video, what I thought would be cool is to share how I prepare for these kind of gigs and what people send me, the charts, the click tracks, and how I make notes. I'll also show you what kind of gear that I take to these specific kind of gigs. If I can, I'll try and take you backstage as well and to sound check so you can kind of get an understanding of how the MD runs the sound check. I've never met the guys. The guitarist is a good friend of mine and apparently he's played the show thousands of times, so that's always nice to know someone on the gig. So on Friday afternoon, I'll be traveling from London up to Durham, which is just below Newcastle. I think I'm going to take the train. I could drive, but I think the train's a lot more of a nicer experience. So first things first, I'll show you what the MD has sent me as far as the charts, the click tracks, and how I take them, put them into my iPad and start kind of making notes and kind of having a little read through the show so I'm not just turning up, sight reading it on the spot. What's really nice, and I don't get this all the time, the MD has actually sent some YouTube videos of them playing through the whole show, almost like a little piano cam, so I can just hear how the interludes and the different sections go. Like usually the hardest part about this kind of stuff, when you're playing the chart and you're just reading, because you just read the music, right? It's more like the sections which have to be conducted or they're rubato or you have to follow the MD. Those are the sections that I'll be paying close attention to and probably making notes when I come to put the actual charts on my iPad. Now I've transferred the files from my phone onto my iPad. I'm going to open up all these PDF files. So this one, for example, I'm going to open it up in what's called Fourscore, which is an app. I'll put the logo somewhere around this screen so you know what it looks like. I think it's a paid app, but it's the best one I know for taking notes. I'll show you how to use it, but what I'm going to do now is just open up these in Fourscore, just like this. So now I can click here and read the chart, and I'll show you there's some really cool things you can do with this app, especially if you're taking notes, but also when it actually comes to playing the piece and performing. I'm going to hook up a Bluetooth pedal changer thingy as well, which is going to be really cool. I'll show you how to do that. So in Fourscore, this app, you can actually create set lists. So if you come up to the three lines at the top, these are all just random gigs with various people. If you click the plus icon, I'm going to name this, Barricade Boys. Cool. So I found the name of the show, Barricade Boys. I'm going to create that there. And then here I've got like a new set list so I can have them in order. And this can be really useful, of course, because some tunes are going to go straight from one to another. So I'm going to click the plus icon. Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody was there. I've got to be careful because I've got so many songs and different charts from like different shows or whatever. So I've got to be careful it is actually the right one, because obviously some of these arrangements can be in different keys and medleys and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to do that one for now. Come out of here just to show you what it's like. Cool. So yeah, then I'll have this one, and then if I click right again, it will go over to the next song. So let me just have a song here. So I just imported this song, Twist and Shout, into Fourscore. So add this to a playlist. I'm just going to go plus. I'm going to go here, Twist and Shout bass. Exit out of here. And then as you can see, I can click here. And then it'll go straight to the next one. It also gives me a little cue. You see in the top right-hand corner there, up next, Twist and Shout, which is really useful, especially if you end this song. So we end it on that corner at the end. And then boom, we're in to the next song. They may even start counting, and there's a pickup on this song as well. So yeah, that's really key and it's really useful. So I've got the whole set list here. As you can see, it's quite nice that it's numbered. Everything's so organized. I'm not really used to that all the time. Depends on the show and the MD. But yeah, if you're wondering what the charts kind of look like, some of them have chords, some of them have lead sheets. This is like a Motown medley, which is cool because most of these I kind of know, the songs I know. But yeah, there's no chords in this one. Let's have a look at a different one. For example, say My Favorite Things. This has got chords on it, which is quite nice. I like it when there are chords and notation. That's normally quite nice. Here we go. Yeah, this is just chords. So there's maybe an open section there, bass solo, up flip. Okay, cool. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just use this audio interface. It's actually quite new, the Roland GoPro Mixer. Plug my bass into here, and I just plug in my bass, headphones, and then what I've got here on my phone is I'm just going to play, I think they did a show in the US some time ago, so I'm going to play this YouTube clip with the click track going on and play along and try and read it. Let's have a go. I forgot to mention I plugged my phone in to the Roland GoPro Mixer, so I'm listening to the recording and my bass all through the Roland Mixer Pro. Let's have a go. So what I'll usually do is I'll just read through all the charts and see if there's any specific moments where I'm like, oh, I might just, make a note of, it could be an accidental, like a sharp or a flat. It could be I miss a repeat marking. If I make any mistakes, essentially, I'll make a note of that mistake so I don't make it again on the chart. But one thing I noticed when I was playing along to the click track that I was sent by the MD, at bar 17 here, this is a Motown medley, and we're playing Ain't No Mountain High Enough. It's not in the original key. Around here, I'm going to show you how to make notes on this app. If you hold down this on the screen like that, and then if you click on, say, one of these lines, you can make notes on the screen like this, and then you can click on the eraser and just get rid of that like that. But I want to make a note at bar 17 because what's written here is slightly different to what they're doing on this live recording. I'll show you what they're actually doing and then I'll explain it. So there, the MD kind of stood up and did a hit on beat 2 at bar 17. Now that's not actually written in, and I don't know if that's something that they do all the time. And obviously I'm not going to be able to rehearse with the guys, so I'm going to write that in anyway. I'm just going to get a red pen here and make it kind of bold. And I'm just going to write in, could put a hit on 2. I might just kind of like scribble it in. I can really zoom in on this, which actually might be quite useful. So I can make it a bit better. So I'm going to do a note head here. How can I here? That. There you go. Obviously it's not perfect, but yeah, you can kind of see there. I also actually need to draw a crotchet rest, or what you call in the States a quarter note rest, like a zigzag. Not the best drawing in the world, but it gives you an idea. What I might also do in red as well is just do an accent. I give that. So then tick. Cool. So now I've got that actually written in. If they do that hit, which seems like they do that, but it's not in the chart. Sometimes those things are there, and that's why I want to make notes and kind of be a little bit prepared before the actual gig. So I'm just about to drive up north, but I thought before I leave, I'd show you what I'm actually packing. So the first thing that I'm taking with me is some Iliads. So I've done a video on these actually. I'm taking these, or I'm actually just going to take these and plug these in. Sometimes that's quite nice as well. So I'm going to take both just so I have the choice. So I'll put that in. So I'm obviously going to take my iPad, and I've also got an iPad stand that's in the car. Obviously this has the music and all my notes. What's really cool, I've got this new device that I definitely should have invested in this like years ago. I don't know why I haven't got one. But it's like a Bluetooth, I think it's called a Butterfly Bluetooth foot pedal something or other. You can find them on Amazon. I think you could just type in like Bluetooth foot pedal or something like that. But it's really cool because I definitely should have got one of these, because a couple of times when there's those awkward page changes, right? You're holding a note and then you have to go and click and turn the page. But here, you just put your foot on this. It changes. Look at that. So that's just going to be so useful. So I'm going to take that with me. course, I'm going to make sure I've got a charger for the iPad as well. For this gig, because I'm going to be playing lots of styles of music, usually I kind of play my P bass, but there's a few things that I feel like it needs that jazz bass sound. So I'm going to take my Fender Jazz Bass to this one. Tuner, so I'm going to take a tuner and a couple of jack leads as well. And then usually for these gigs, it's just like a black shirt, all blacks. If I can get away with it, I'll just wear a t-shirt if we're in the pit. But if we're on stage, I should probably wear a shirt. So I'm going to chuck that in as well. And that's pretty much it. Let's go.